Hey guys, welcome to another video here. In this video, I'm gonna take you guys on a journey through my 2022 pre-order figure list. When I go through this list, I have them set from earliest order to the most current, and also because of that, I'll be going through orders that have already been released to pre-orders that are not going to be released until later on in the year. And I'll try to tell you guys when they come out in each month and when I move on to the next month. But this will probably change in the future. A lot of these figures were delayed, and a lot of them are being pushed forward or later in the year, and that kind of also messes me up financially. My wallet is crying when multiple orders get pushed into a single month. There is a month I have where there's 4 figures to be released, and I'm hoping that that month 1 or 2 figures can be pushed further in the year so that they're not all congested in one month. Yeah, that's probably gonna be a future problem for future me, and I'll let you guys know how that goes when I have to make that order. But I will go ahead and talk about my very first pre-order, my very first figure that I set aside that kind of just started this whole fiasco, and that is my it's still not mine in my possession yet, but it is Shiro from No Game No Life. It is a pop-up parade figure. It's not a scale, by Good Smile Company. There is a theme that I want to go for with my full collection, and an aesthetic that I want to adhere to, but I have figures like her that are kind of like outliers from that specific theme. This Shiro figure is one of my favorite characters, from a very good show that I like. I've only seen the anime, and dude, the show is so colorful. It's vibrant, very saturated, pastel-y as well, and I feel like this figure, at least in the promo pictures right here, it kind of like it does it justice, and it's a very simple figure compared to her other proper scale figures, but they're so expensive. Her scale figures are like $300, and maybe one day I will go back and get me one of them. But at the same time, I like the simplicity of this one, and it doesn't break the bank. It does good aesthetically with what I'm looking for. The other scale figures are just, to me, in my personal opinion, they're kind of doing the most, and it's just like very wild and out there, and that's good and all, but this one is just very sleek, very not too hard to look at. And also, Shiro here is not like half naked or anything. I mean, if that's your cup of tea, that's cool, but man, I just want something wholesome, bro. But yeah, this is my first pre-order, and she has already been released, but when I ordered her, it was a pre-order, but I ordered with delivery as C-mail, or as how I was calling it, snail mail, because it's so slow. I ordered it back in May. This was ordered in May. It's still not here. It'll probably take another month or 2 to actually be delivered. Dude, I can't wait. Like, I'm anticipating this figure so much, but at the same time, it's just a pop-up parade, so I could wait on this one. There's other figures that I had naively ordered with snail mail. Like, those I'm just kind of like nervous, and I'm just like antsy. I'm antsy about them, and I really want them already. But young me, my first orders, I just didn't know how it felt waiting on these orders from when it says shipped to like not hearing an update for months, for days. It's a little nerve-wracking, like, I paid some good moolah for them, and to not get any more updates because they're out in the ocean, it doesn't set well with me. But here we are, but yeah, this is my first order. I ordered her in May, and it is already the 1st of August. So like I said, I'll probably won't see her for another month, which it is what it is. I got what I paid for, so just gotta wait. And so here's my second figure, and this figure is what I'm basing my full collection around, my like aesthetic, my main aesthetic. And that is to have girls, like badass looking girls that just are cute and can kill you, you know, like the deadly combo. This is A to Z, the figure by My Ethos, a 1/7 scale. This would be my first proper scale pre-order. And I also ordered her in May. And because I ordered her with snail mail, I won't be getting her for another month or two at best. But yeah, this figure has everything that I'm looking for in my collection. So I ordered Shiro because it was a favorite character of mine. But when I saw her, because she's an original character by My Ethos, at least like an original line from them. And if I'm getting any of this information wrong, please let me know in the comment section. But yeah, like she's so fucking badass. Her sculpt is amazing looking. I haven't seen any in physical like photos. From these promo pictures, they look amazing. It looks amazing. With her weapon here, it looks like a spear gun, and that's just like wild. Like I haven't seen anything like that, you know, like a weapon like that. These figures with these girls that are wielding weapons, that are just ready to kick ass, fight the battles, and just slay, dude. Like that's what I want. That are also in like these futuristic, like techie outfits. Like that, the details in these figures are fucking amazing, dude. But not only that, the sculpts on figures matters a lot to me. And when I saw her, I noticed immediately how doll-like and like soft her face was, her sculpt was, and immediately I had to order her. But because she wasn't available anymore in Ayanami, I had to look around in other websites, and I found her in Solaris, Japan. So I ordered her through there, and she was a little bit more expensive than on Ayanami, but like for 3,000 more yen. I didn't want to wait to find out how much her aftermarket prices would be. Maybe she would like go super stupid high. So I just figured I would get her through Solaris. It's $30 more, but it's justifiable in my book. Yeah, there's a couple that I ordered through Solaris here for this year. And then the rest are just Ayanami orders. And the reason for that is because I didn't know where to look for reliable websites, online stores where I could order figures from. Because these are earlier orders, I just stuck to what I felt was safe, and that was through Ayanami. But yeah, going back to the figure itself, to this figure, kind of went on a tangent there. There's just so many things that I want to point out for this figure, and you know, aside from the face, the clothes, the base is also, it also warrants some discussion. The base isn't just like a flat color, a black or white color. It actually has texture, and where I don't really care too much about bases or anything, at least not yet. I haven't really made a solid opinion on it. It's always nice to see that the base goes along with the world that the figure is trying to convey. And in this one, I feel like it does the most minimal amount, but it's still very effective. Like it's still a base that makes sense with the figure. Yeah, dude, like I'm gonna center most of my figures around her around this theme. So I expect to see a lot of like battle ready armored clad girls. That will be a reoccurring theme here. I'm very particular with faces when it comes to figures. Like I mentioned before, My Ethos just makes these amazing like sculpts on their figures. They're super doll-like and very soft and just sculpted so nicely. And I feel like this is something that I'm very particular with when I'm looking at any figure that I am potentially buying. Even though some figures might be based on shows or anime that I love, that I'm like fan of, you know? If the face sculpt is not right, or if the hair strands are just kind of like half-assed, I'm sorry, there's like a lot of figures that are half-assed. I can't get with it, dude. I won't buy it. They have to be very particular in my taste, and I feel like my ethos here pulls it off really well. The armor, the clothes, the weapons, and everything, her face, it's just checks all the boxes. As I go through these lists, I'll elaborate a little bit more on that, but that's just me. That's just my personal taste in figures. If I'm not sold on it, like on the initial impression on these pictures, then I just kind of like, I'm not gonna get it. That rule is set for me mainly so that I have some restraint, and I'm not sitting here just buying every figure that I see. So in that sense, you know, I feel like it's good to have high expectations and high standards for figures, because you're paying a lot of money for figures that, in all honesty, like, they're just glamour what's it called, glamorized toys that you can't really like play with. But that might be a hot opinion. I'm sorry if I offended anyone, but these are expensive. This is an expensive hobby, so I'm personally looking for things that I will feel justify breaking the bank for. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. That was kind of a tangent there. Hopefully I can speed through the rest of these. Oh boy. This is my 3rd pre-ordered figure. It is Rei in her black plug suit. It is by Kotobukiya. She just looks amazing here. And there is one thing that I gotta confess, and that is that I have not seen an episode of Evangelion, but I've seen the characters, I've seen clips, I've seen everything, you know, merchandise, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of at least the aesthetic of the show. With her, I love Rei with her character design and just her personality. Like, it's super cold whenever she shows expressions and just like other signs of life. Like, it's just like, oh, my heart strikes my heart, you know. So she is a top contender for waifu material, so so I had to get her figures. But I feel like in this plug suit, this version of her, it's just so sleek. Her pose is amazing. Her design is just great. Her pose is very dynamic. Her outfit is also like in that black material, which I feel like is a great addition to my theme that I'm going for. And then, having said all of that, even though I have not seen Evangelion, I feel like most of my orders, I'm not gonna lie, most of them are based from Evangelion. And I have a lot. I have a lot pre-ordered from the series, and I have a problem. But you will see those pre-orders very soon. I ordered her in June and it's already July, so again, this was ordered via snail mail, so I'll be getting here in a couple months. And then on to my 3rd figure. I recently pre-ordered this for a July release, but this figure got pushed back, so I have no figures coming in July. Last month, no figures came in. This is Girls Frontline M4 SOPMOD 2. I found out about Girls Frontline figures, and I am addicted to these guys. They are badass. All these figures are fucking badass. They're deadly. These girls are deadly, dude. They will kill you. And they're sporting these weapons and are just cutesy as hell, and like, you don't know whether to flirt with them or like run from them, you know? Each one like has their own personality, and it's amazing. Some of them, like her, like are wearing dresses, and then other girls are wearing like battle armor, military grade stuff, and I'm here for it. Either option is amazing, because when I find figures like her, she is wearing like mainly black but also like pink color scheme here. Personally, my favorite combination, black and red, or black and like pink, something vibrant like that. She just looks so striking, visually striking. She's also pretty simple here, nothing too crazy is going on here, but she just looks so sleek as well. Very good. But yeah, she was supposed to come out in July but got pushed back to August for this current month, and this is one of four figures that are going to be released this month, according to the descriptions as of now. We'll see how that goes out, that pans out going forward. And so my next figure here, this one I have ordered pretty early on, early June, ordered pretty early in June, and she got pushed back I think twice. So July, she ran through June, ran through July, and now she's in August. But again, this one matches perfectly with what I'm going for. She has an amazing sculpt. She just looks so badass. She's freaking hot, and like she's just out here like fucking killing it, slaying it, dude. She isn't sporting any like super futuristic weaponry or anything like that. She has samurai swords or katanas, like kind of like a old traditional gear on her. But she has that dark color scheme going on with her, mainly black, grays, kind of like a more muted color scheme, which I love. The most vibrant things on her are the red detailings on her hat here, the tassels, the ribbons here, the strings on her shoe, the laces, the accents on her, I don't know what that is, on her clothing right here. That's what pops out the most. And that's, again, like I said earlier with my Gross Frontline figure, that's my favorite color scheme: black, red, black on anything really, mainly black and red. That's kind of I'm a sucker for that color combo. So definitely gonna be an amazing addition to my shelves, to my collection. And dude, I can't wait for this one. This one's one of my earlier ones that I had to get. I have to get her. And then for the next figure, it's another pop-up parade, but this one is the Rei, again, another Rei figure, long hair version. This was also one of my very first influencers to start figure collecting. But yeah, she looks so amazing in her promo pictures. She looks very sleek, very good for a pop-up figure. I'm hoping that Good Smile Company could deliver. I have no doubts about it. From these pictures, she just looks really good. I haven't seen the show again. I don't know why she has long hair, but I'm here for it. She looks amazing. She's cute. And this time she's wearing her white plug suit, which is more of a classic suit. So I'm hoping in the future I could get something with her classic hairstyle, classic plug suit. She also got pushed back from, I believe, from June to August now. So I can't wait for this one as well. And then my next figure here, we have another pop-up parade that I pre-ordered. It is Lucifer from Helltaker series. Again, I have not seen this series. A lot of these I have not watched the shows or read the material. This is a recurring theme where she is wearing like a dark blue black shirt, tux, attire, and with red accents. She looks badass. She is probably a villain, I'm not sure, but dude, like, she is amazing. I was on the fence about pre-ordering her because I haven't seen the series, but then when I saw more pictures of her on like online or on my anime collection, my figure collection, I knew I had to get her. I caved and I went in and bought her. And I'm a little bit like wary about pop-up parades because I've seen that a lot of people were saying that they're very hit or miss. Pop-up parades are supposed to be on the cheaper side, and yes, you can't really expect too much from them. So if there are some scuffs or stuff like that, you know, you kind of pay for what you get. You get for what you paid for. But from these promo pictures, she looks pretty good. So I have high hopes that she turns out well. And, you know, her face is pretty true to form. She doesn't look bad or too far. It doesn't look far at all from the source material from what I've seen. So she looks pretty sick, pretty badass. Kind of like in my art style that I like. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about her. Don't know too much about her lore. But she comes out in August this month. We'll see if she gets laid. And then next we have Asuka Langley from Evangelion, again, a series that I haven't seen. But like I said, the series just pulls out so many good figures. They know what they're doing. There is these grayscale figures where they're just more monotone or at least like muted colored. And these are the original colors, by the way. They're supposed to be muted. Yeah, so like in this picture, you see the muted color figure and then the full color figure, but the full color is the alternate figure of the muted color one. This is the original line right here on the left. So I didn't know whether to get the colored one or the muted color one because they both look amazing. But ultimately I settled for the muted colors. That just matches my theme a lot better. But at the same time, not only that, in my personal opinion, I think the muted color one looks a lot better than her colored version. That's not to say that she doesn't look good colored, but just like for the intended purposes, because she is from this line specifically, you know, I'll be getting her in grayscales if I can. But yeah, in this figure, she just looks amazing. She's sculpted very nice. She's not wearing her usual plug suit. She's wearing street clothing. And that's kind of another point that I want to keep in my collection is just like streetwear or like futuristic modern looks with their outfits, their gear and stuff. And streetwear is on there as well for another checkbox that I want to check off whenever I consider buying a figure. So it was kind of a no-brainer when I saw her. I knew I had to pick her up, as well as the other figures from this series, specifically this figure series. This figure comes out in September of this year. This next figure that in all honesty, I got her purely for her looks, for her aesthetic, because she is a bit of expensive figure. 24,000 yen. That's about like almost $200. That's pretty expensive for a figure that's very, I would say, basic. She's not really dynamic in any way. She's just kind of just standing there. But I saw her and I really thought about whether I really wanted to pre-order her or get her based on the rubric that I have. She's wearing not only the samurai swords and shield and armor, she has like her futuristic, like modern tights on as well, which is pretty fucking cool. She has this mask on as well that is removable from what I understand when looking through her pictures here. Her base is also very amazing. It's not your typical circle, that concrete. She just looks on her own total badass. Pink hair, black and red, like oof, everything's just, it's just good. My Wally will just have to suffer for a little bit when this figure comes out, right? But yeah, look at that detailing, it's just amazing. The sculpt work is amazing. Attention to detail is just off the roof, dude. Oh, here's some pictures of her without the mask. I think it's a face plate, right, that you could like remove from her. And then my next figure here, it is Jinx from League of Legends. This is more of a statue than anything, but I am hella surprised at the price range that she's going for. Kind of a contrast to my previous figure here. This figure, you know, Falslander Samurai is going for 24,000 yen, whereas this kind of almost statue-like figure going for 16,000 yen. So, and it's by My Ethos too, and I've been hyping them up pretty high here. Is the other one by My Ethos? No, it's by Wing. I don't know too much about companies, but from what I've seen, My Ethos has been hitting it out of the park, dude. Home runners with these figures. Yeah, I don't play League of Legends at all, but Jinx has been one of my personal favorite characters that I've seen of the series. And when I saw this going up for pre-orders back in early this year, honestly, this is one of the figures that got me interested in figures in general. It just looks very amazing, super detailed. A lot is going on with her figure. Like I said, it's more like a statue. It's a 1/7, but like it looks pretty big. She looks pretty big here. Needless to say, she is one of the deadliest female characters out there. Very chaotic. She definitely fits my theme. Price wise, the bang for your buck is just get it, bang for your buck. Yeah, and she doesn't come out until October. She was also postponed. She was also delayed a few times. Was supposed to come out in July, I believe, but now till October. So we'll see what happens here with her figure as well. Next up is Haruhi Suzumiya, figure that just recently got announced like last month. I didn't see too much announcements for this figure when she was put out, but when I saw her be updated on Ayanami for pre-order, I instantly got it because I love this series so much. She's one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite shows, dude. Like I'm starting collecting the manga based on the show, so that was a no-brainer. I was looking at figures that were already released from her, and they're kind of hard to get for a good price, a decent price. So when I saw this one, you know, I instantly pre-ordered her. Her face looks a little different from the series, from the show. She looks more I would say kind of like more basic looking. It doesn't have that certain aspect that I can't really put my finger on it. She looks a little different, I will say that, but it's the only Haruhi Suzumiya figure that's up and coming. So I don't mind getting this figure just to have something from the show that I really love. I think her arm is posable too, so you could like swap out the arms and face plates, which I think is amazing. And again, her base is different color. It's just a circle, white with a logo on it. But you know, something is something. And again, I don't really care too much about the bases at this point in time, in my opinion. And she's also pretty cheap. She's by Kadokawa. So the price isn't bad at all either. The sculpt itself looks amazing though. Like aside from the face differences, just the sculpt itself looks really good and clean. So it was an instant for me. And then my first ever Nendoroid purchase. It's not really a purchase yet. It's a pre-order, but I'm committing for this one. And there's another Nendoroid that I'll be making a pre-order for in the future. But this Nendoroid of Nyatasha and Nyanners, like, bro, I recently got sucked into the world of VTubers, and these gals are just fucking amazing. They're hilarious to watch. Their gaming streams are amazing. She's fucking cracked. She has an amazing voice. She sings, which not many like VTubers do, and not many of them do well. But Nyanners puts out some bangers. Like, honestly, I can't really say much more. I'm really a big fan of her character, of her. I'm hoping that she gets a scale figure at some point. I think she's getting a prize or a pop-up figure. I'm hoping for a scale as well. And this figure doesn't come out until November of this year, so it's gonna be a minute till she gets her release. Oh, and also this is one of the outliers that I was mentioning about. She isn't like a dark attire wearing character. She's very pink and pastel-y. Because she looks clean, it looks like a very good figure. And it's of a character that I really love. Or at least a personality that I really enjoy. And then next up, we have another Girls Frontline figure, STR AR15. She comes out in November as well of this year. I'm trying to get a lot more Girls Frontline figures that are kind of like in this style, where they're either like in combat or just sporting weapons and just looking badass and just out there, you know. But this one, she's actually in motion. There's a lot going on with the figure. There's a story being told, and it's a 1/7, so it's not super big either. It's tall because she's on a base, and then like these little promo pictures really just help it stand out like that, you know, like set a theme. The sculpt looks amazing. I'm a little wary about the hair there. I wonder how that's gonna look like in person. Can't wait for her. By Fat Company. I think that's a funny name. Fat Company. And on to this next figure. I don't know too much about Arknights like at all, but this one figure, she is a noodle stopper, so she's kind of small, but I really like her design, and she was not very expensive. She was like $10 or something like that. So from the looks of it, she looks really good. Her company is Furio. And from my experience owning Furio figures. Fuck, I can't say that right. I like their style. I like their builds. Her outfit is like a black leather type material, and it looks really fucking cool. So why not? Just got it, you know? Just why not get it? I have nothing else to say about that one. Yeah, next figure here comes out in November, so yeah. Okay, so I feel like not a lot of people are into this series specifically, or at least I don't see many people talking about it. Uma Musume Pretty Derby. I watched the anime. It's based off of a mobile game, but the anime, like, I watched it just for shits and giggles because I thought it was ridiculous of watching horse girls and how they're like idols and racing at the same time. I thought it was absurd, but I became a fan. It was a really good show. The girls are amazing. They all have their goals and dreams, and it was just like amazing. So I got sucked in, and this figure came out, and I took a good look at her, and I was like, yep, I need to get her. She's very popular. She has like a few more scale figures coming out that I I'm considering getting. There's one in particular that I'm eyeballing. It's a little bit more expensive. She looks really good, you know. So the sculpt wise, she just looks amazing. Her face just looks dead on. Her pose is dynamic, and the base is all right. Kind of reminds me of a cake or like a moon pie. It looks like a moon pie to me, but I like the figure overall, and I can't wait for other figures from this series to come out because I'm waiting for a special week, dude. Where's my special week figure, scale figure? Like, it's been way too long. Give me this one. Like, this one comes out in December, so yeah, towards the end of the year. Won't see her for a minute. I think she'll come out really good. It's by Kotobukiya. They don't disappoint. And then next up, I have a NeiR Automata 2B figure. I have not played the game either, but I've seen, you know, content of her figures and just her character design is out there. So when I saw her, I was like, I need to get her. The price range is amazing. There were like other variants of her, like without her mask and stuff like that, and the more lewd attire. But I figure I need to get like her basic, her attire, you know. And so I decided to get this figure. She looks all fucking amazing, dude. It doesn't say here if she's a 1/7 or what type of scale she is. She is a 28 centimeters high. I'm not sure. It's not in inches, so I can't say. Her hair is a little bit like, I'm only looking at her hair, kind of like basic looking, not very colored or textured, at least from the promo pictures. So we'll see how she looks like in person in due time. And lastly, for this year, for my 2022 pre-orders, I have another Radio Eva Asuka Langley figure, but she is part of the second series of Radio Eva. I've been waiting. I wanted this one in particular because I like this style a lot more than her earlier one, her series 1. She's just more flowy, much more dynamic. A lot more is going on with her in this figure. I love the shoes. They're stupidly large, but like it's like streetwear, modern clothes, and I'm here for it. It's Fila and it's like super detailed. Like the details in her figure is just amazing. The clothes, everything is amazing. And again, I went and I decided to get the monochrome looking colors, the more muted color figure. She just looks more interesting, more unique as a chrome color. And she was out of stock for a minute before I eventually was able to pre-order her. I didn't think I would actually get her. I thought I was gonna end up getting the colored version, but then she miraculously showed up as a pre-order option, and I just went in and got it. And she doesn't come out until December, so it's a long time to wait. But hopefully next month, you know, my pre-orders get in. They don't get delayed too much because, dude, like I can't wait to finally sink my teeth in on some of these scale figures. Like, man, can't wait. But yeah, yo, that was my full 2022 pre-order list. This video has been going on for a long time. Oh my gosh, this is a long video. I'm not sure if I'm gonna cut it down into 2 parts, or maybe just edit it down. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Hopefully you like my theme or the aesthetic that I'm going for with my collection. I feel like I've said that a lot throughout the video, but like it's just something that I kind of want to keep myself limited to, so I'm again not going out and purchasing every single figure that I get, that I lay my eyes on. This is a very expensive hobby, and I feel like there has to be some order to the chaos, to this madness. So I kind of have that, it's just that idea. Are you okay? There's a lot of figures out there that I really want, but sometimes I just gotta make cuts. Can't get everything, you know. My wallet is crying, screaming, but it's all for a good cause, you know. Like we're getting waifus. But yeah, guys, that's all for my pre-orders for this year. There might be more added on as the days continue. They always add figures, new figures to be pre-orderable. Is that even a word? As they always add more figures, you know, so there might be some added to my collection, to my pre-orders, but I'm hoping that this is it. But things could change. You will see those figures if I do end up buying them. And again, if you see anything you like, let me know in the comment section below. Till the next one, guys, yo, peace out. I feel like that was said a lot throughout the video, but that's mainly for me to keep like a checkbook, so that I'm not just purchasing any video that I just lay my eyes on. Did I say video? Or figure? My cat's attacking food. But anyway,